Okay. So this is how you can add an H cover to a patient's record. I'm going to show this like another video, but just so that if you have any patients that are using the HCI Healthcare HMO, note that you can easily, I think that helps you to, access faster claims processing using the HealthStack platform. So I'll show you this later. If your hospital has a plan or they issue photo IDs to patients. This is another good way to do that. You just need your photo ID printer and then you can generate the ID card. So you want to add a photo. So let's say Jane Doe came in with her passport ID. You want to add that passport ID to your computer and then search for it, upload it so that Jane Doe can, have her ID card generated, right? Before we generate this ID, let me confirm that this particular staff has set up a signature, because that ID card needs to have a signature appended. The person that's generated the ID card should have their signature appended. So I'm going to draw. You can write your signature on a piece of paper and your signature, like how I just demonstrated. It's short. So let's go back to our patient record. Note that once you create your ID card, you create your signature. It's just a one-time thing. You don't have to keep creating your signature every time. Once you've gotten your signature right, I think it's forever. So we can now generate ID card, and you see how this kind of pulls specific information that's necessary. You can see the ID card. You can see my signature here. You can see our hospital details here, my email, our call center number, our address, and an information for anybody that finds this card. Also, this card can be scanned and they will get the hospital's detail. To print this, you just print on this, or you can send it to the patient via email. So that's how you generate a patient ID card. Now let's move to scheduling an appointment for a patient. I'm going to dwell on this a bit longer. For appointments, so we have global appointment. Global appointment is how you manage all appointments from across your facility. As a front desk person, you oversee every appointment or every unless if you have specific front desk for each different departments. So let's say I work at the general front desk office, right? But there are other sub front desks office at the hospital. Let's say in our cardiology clinic there's a front desk, in our radiology clinic there's a front desk. That means that every cardiology appointment will be managed by the cardiology front desk person. So you at the general front desk, you are managing appointment for all other clinics at the hospital that do not have a front desk office. Whatever point you manage the front desk at in your facility, you would maintain a list of appointments. But you would also maintain all the global appointments at specific locations that have been assigned to you. So at the front desk, if you have let's say you have your outpatient clinic, you have your general, okay, let's say general outpatient clinic, you have gynae clinic, you have antenatal clinics, you have a physiotherapy clinics, you have a dental clinic, you have a eye, clinic, and maybe a nutrition clinic too. That's about 7 clinics that I mentioned. If you click on global appointments, as you can see me pointing to, you will see all appointments for these different locations. And once these patients walk in, you can easily just pull their appointment by searching their names and managing the appointment, maybe updating the status of that appointment. Whereas if you're about to, let's say, create an appointment for a patient, again, regardless of the location, regardless of the clinic, regardless of the department, you can manage it from under the client module here, right? um you will see all appointments that you manage from your location. So every appointment you have created as a front desk person, you will see here. Whereas for the global appointment, every appointment that has been created from anywhere at all, you will see in the global appointment list. So that's the difference between the global appointment and your front desk appointment. Yeah. Okay, so let's go on to schedule a new appointment. For a new appointment, you click on Add New, and you can see the title here, Create an Appointment. You want to search for the patient's name. So let's say our patient is Jane Doe. Sorry, Jane Doe. Okay, select. Our payment type is cash because this patient is not on any cover currently. So which of the doctors do you want to assign Jane Doe to? Let's say we're assigning Jane Doe to Dr. Liz. And Dr. Liz is currently in our general outpatient clinic. I'll just, if I were you, I would just type clinic and then you'll find all the clinics here. So let me say physiotherapy clinic. So John Doe, no, let's say Dr. Liz is at the GOPD clinic. And this is an on-site visit. So this is called the classification of the appointment. There are three classes of appointments that you can manage. An on-site appointment simply means that appointment is happening physically at your physical location. A teleconsultation simply means that this patient is not going to be available physically, but the doctor would be engaging or consulting with the patient, virtually via our virtual or teleconsultation feature. Another type of class of appointment is the home visit, where the doctor is scheduled to visit the patient at their home, in order to manage the patient or even to consult. So let's say that a typical appointment is usually an on-site appointment. So I'll just set that. Then you want to set the date and time for this appointment. So let's say this appointment is for 3rd, which is tomorrow at 12 noon. I've said that. And the appointment type is new because this is a first, right? And is a new appointment. And the patient has confirmed that they will be there. So you want to change the appointment status to confirmed. You enter a reason for appointment. So let's say general patient checkup, right? You remember the patient said that they are happy to receive an email, or they would prefer email, notification. So you want to check this so that this patient gets an email stating that an appointment has been scheduled for them for tomorrow at 12 noon. Also, if your doctor prefers, you want to check this to send an email to your doctor, which is Dr. Liz, that an appointment has been scheduled for John Doe or Jane Doe, the patient, for tomorrow 12 noon. Dr. Jane currently on my system does not have a live email, so we might not be able to deliver that, but I'll just mark that anyway, just for effect. Now I'll click on create. Now I'm being asked to select a configured email. So at the time your hospital's admin will set up your HealthStack account, they would also configure an email account. Usually hospitals would configure different emails for different departments. Some hospitals will say, okay, this specific email is for front desk, this specific email is for sales, this specific email is for doctors. So whatever the case may be, select the one that applies to you and click create Okay, so we successfully created our appointment, and to view that appointment, remember that appointment is not for today. That appointment is for tomorrow. So you can see the appointment here, Jane Doe, on the 12 noon, GOPD new. This is an appointment also for tomorrow. Okay. If you click on the appointment, you will see the details. You can edit it, and when the patient comes in, you can check them in. I think the next step is for the patient to go in for to the nursing station to get their vitals taken, right? All of that I will demonstrate in a subsequent video. Okay. Now that we've done this, let's go on to billing, how you can bill the patient from the front desk. Okay, so now I'm back to my patient list. Remember, we've registered Jane Doe, we've generated a card for her, and we need to bill her for the services and then for consultation too. So I'll click on bill clients. You remember how I got here, right? Go to your patient list, click on the patient of interest. You can edit the patient information, by the way, by clicking edit, patient to edit these details. Or you can just we can just move on to billing straight. So I bill the patient. I click on bill clients. Again, we use client and patient interchangeably. So you want to search for the patient. Let's say the patient's name is Jane Doe. I'll select that. The date and time for this invoice has been set. The invoice number set. Total number will be incremented as you add services. So let's add a service. So let's say one of the services we're billing her for is for registration card. So I'll click on that. Registration card here is 100 naira. One thing you can do is you can adjust the price of something if you have been assigned adjust the adjust feature. So sometimes people are not assigned, they're not given access to adjust. So if you have been assigned the adjust button, you can do that. I don't think I can do that with my thing, so I'll just click on add. Another thing we want to do is we want to bill for consultation. The things that you're billing for, they are things that would have been set up, by your admin. So they would have set up these prices in your service list. So if you're searching for something and you're not seeing it there, it simply means that you've not set up the pricing, right? Let me see. I don't think I've set up consultation as a service. That's why I can't find it here. So let me just bill only for this. Once this is done, I'll click on complete. We're about to bill John Doe for one service, and once that is done, the bill has been created successfully. Now we have one bill for Jane Doe, right? Let me show you how we can process that payment. Assuming Jane Doe is supposed to be paying to you at the front desk. You go to finance. If you've been assigned finance, go to payments. Once you go to payment, you will find the bill that you just generated here. Jane Doe, grand total 100 naira. What is this payment for? Registration. So you click on pay. It takes you to this page where you can determine whether this payment is in full or in part. So Jane is allowed to pay in full. She's also allowed to pay, a part of the grand total. First of all, you need to collect a deposit. So collecting a deposit simply means that Jane wants to pay you a certain amount, either via cash or bank transfer or using her card. So you click on make deposit to add that to the patient transaction history. You add the amount. Let's say Jane is giving me 100 naira. The patient balance is set to zero at this time. Payment details for card registration. What is the mode of payment? Is it cash, wallet, bank transfer, card, check? So let's say cash. You can pay with a wallet, you can pay with remitter, or you can just accept, a cash payment or a bank transfer like so. Now the patient balance has increased to 100, and now you can click on make full payment to complete the payment process. You see how simple and easy it is. This simply means that um, if you have a POS receipt printer, you can connect it to